To my Guyanese people, I'm doing this video basically to address Guyanese abroad and Guyanese in Guyana. And it's because you ever felt a restlessness in you that where you could not sit down. You're pacing back and forth because you can't accept it. And if I was to say anything, I feel that a lot of Guyanese have turned they've turned their face from responsibility and um, from bettering the country of Guyana. And time after time, politicians have raped that country. And I'm not calling names because I haven't, from what I've known in my lifetime, I haven't really seen a politician that have really made an impact and that have been to a point to where they've opened up to the country and be transparent to the country of Guyana and show people like, okay, yeah, this is what the country is going. This is where we want to see the country go. But all they've done is play politics basically, which in is games. You name off a list of things that really sounds good to people, but you know you're never gonna do it or it's never gonna come to pass. And I feel that people in Guyana need to push for they need to push for something that's realistic and that is basically a basic necessity, which in is running water, which in is lights that don't cut on and off like fairy lights, and cleaning up the environment. Those are three simple things I can think off the top of my head that would improve Guyana a lot. I mean, even when it comes to the fact of jobs, it's not that hard. There's so many simple jobs that the government can create that they don't. It's so many simple jobs. It might be the best paying jobs, but having a job, period, than standing on the road corner and you have a couple things in a basket and you're trying to sell it. And they might sell it, might not. That's where a lot of Guyanese are now. You know how many vendors they are when you drive around Guyana, how many vendors you see, and it's like somebody standing there selling like 3 pens or something because it's hopeless. And I feel that's where I feel. But people always say that that is never going to change, and I really think either a politician that really want, not somebody that's getting into politics, because a lot of people that get into politics, they consider themselves I'm going to get rich. They say to themselves, I'm going to get rich before I get out because I'm not going to be the president forever. So I'm gonna make something here. I'm going to make something for myself, which in I don't know what all I can say is um, the country should come first. The country should come first before anything. That's all I have to, because every country does its dirt. Every country does its dirt. There's no country that doesn't. That's the natural nature of human. We're evil. But I'm saying there's a level to where there should be an understanding to where you should, the reason when you step on the podium to be saying, I am the head figure of this country, I want to do right by this country. So I feel like a lot of times it's like even if the government was to say, okay, I'm gonna at least before I leave office, I'm gonna at least do at least 3 to 4 major things that forever, when I leave office forever, this country is gonna be able to benefit from that. That would be major. That would actually mean a lot, but it doesn't. Every president that leaves, there's nothing that that president have done that is that stable, that is that impact into the country, and people settle for it. People settle for every time it rains, walking through water that's mixed with sewage water, gutter water, trash water, whatever, and people settle for that. Every day, people you would see the times I've been back to Guyana and seeing people walking through that water, and they don't care. Some people do and some people don't. And it's sad. Kids, they think it's fun. They're playing in the nasty water. And that's disease water, really. Over time, who knows, a brand new disease might come out of Guyana from that. So I feel like this is my thing, and I want people to give me their feedback on what do you think of every Guyanese that's abroad that you feel. I'm abroad right now. and you feel I'm a born, let me say this first before people try to think that I'm some person where my parents are Guyanese and I just went and visited a couple of times. No, I'm a born Guyanese. I left Guyana at the age, I think I was around 12 when I left Guyana, and I have family in various parts of Guyana. So um, I'm not just somebody that left Guyana at some early age and I don't know too much about Guyana. I'm just an outside person looking in, and I'm like, oh, they need to clean their act up. No, this is what I want to say, and I'm not saying oh, Guyana is the worst country. There's countries worse than us, but I'm not from other countries. I'm from Guyana, so I only can speak on Guyana. So with that being said, how do for Guyanese and even Guyanese in Guyana, you can comment on this too, but how do Guyanese that's abroad like myself, how do you feel about Guyanese getting together, forming a union that we change our country with no help of the government? If the government don't want to help, oh, so well. But caring less if the government helps, but going back to that country and fighting, even when if politics or whatever try to fight it, the government try to fight what that committee is doing, but to actually go back to Ghana and make a change. And when I say that, I'm not talking do magic like go back to Ghana and make sprinkles fall from the skies and everybody get an ice cream cone, but going back and making the schools better, like funding, people putting their money together and going back and funding schools. And some people be like, oh yeah, my family's already doing that, because I know, and I've heard of people taking back canned goods, and that's cool too. But I mean on a major level, like electricity wise, going back and starting solar systems like how they do in those countries that don't have nothing. Because Guyana is not the worst country off, but we need a lot of help. We need a lot of, and it's amazing how people get real sensitive when you say the country is either poor or the country's doing bad, which and it is. But I mean, if you feel so bad, I mean, then you should be pointing your finger at the government. And a lot of people take it as, oh, you're pointing your finger at the government because it's not the government you want it to be. I can care less who's in office. It could be an Amerindian, it can be a black person, it could be an Indian person, an East Indian person, it can be a person of European descent, a Portuguese, you name it, a person of mix that's mixed of any of those races. It doesn't matter. Somebody that's gonna plant foot on that podium and can put aside, they can actually resist their evil intent of trying to get rich and trying to rape the country, and actually do the country justice. Because you being a president, you're already gonna have perks. There's certain things that a president or somebody in a government, whatever government position you have, you're gonna have perks. But to even want to take more, that's when to me it crossed that line and it goes into being evil. We naturally have urges and stuff we want, but I think for the way they've been doing Guyana, I don't know. So I mean, I want feedback because I want to know if I'm the only person. I'm here at home, and I came home I skipped my night class, and I'm actually supposed to be doing my homework, and I kept pacing because I'm seeing all the stuff that's going on. Today is November 3rd, 2014, and if you haven't been paying attention to Guyana news, look at it. And there's been a lot of corruption has been going on, stuff been being exposed, and nothing is being done about it. So I want to know how do that make you feel? Do you look and be like, yeah, that country, I know what we're gonna do, Guyana. The country never changed. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, I wouldn't do it move you that much, or I'm not like one of the only people, and I just don't want to waste my breath. I want to actually feel a connection. I want to feel, is there other Guyanese people that feel the way I do? Give me a feedback. Tell me if I'm making any kind of sense. But I just feel that it's something that is in my heart that as time go on in the near future, I'll say probably less than 4 years from now, I want to be making an impact in my country. And then for people that left Guyana and that still have a heart for their country, some people left Guyana and they want to be Americans. That's, I can't speak on that. But for Guyanese that came here not to be Americans, but you came here for a better life, but you still love your country, let me know what you think. All right.